everybody. How's it going? I just got home from work. I was gonna do... Sorry, I just ate a few Skittles because my stomach was growling. I skipped dinner at work because I didn't want to get extra tired. It's my first day back. I still have all this shit going on. My surgery's on Friday. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And I can get rid of this problem. But I want to talk about transmuting and my journey. This is something that normally I would just transmute and go on with my life and not... If I had my way, I would never speak of this. This is something so personally private and painful and utterly tormenting to have to transmute. But my point is, this whole thing kind of came up in a reading I was trying to give you guys anyway, and the spirit of a friend that I lost came through because basically it's time. I've put away a lot of deaths in my life. I put away... What I mean by put away is you don't forget them. You don't stop loving them. But you're able to think about them without, tearing up or getting emotional or feeling any kind of... You've made peace with what happened. I've made a peace with a lot. My suitcase is pretty much full of moths at this point. I'm making room for whoever my fucking divine masculine is. I have no idea. So... Also, if you hear my stomach growling, I'm really sorry. I'm just starving and I didn't eat. And all I have is antibiotics in my stomach. So it's like, hey! Oh, and ginger ale. So I drank this whole bottle through my whole shift. I just finished it. Sipping it like a baby. And I took my anti-nausea medicine. So it's like, can I have some fucking food, please? Not just fluids. And Skittles. Anyway... Sorry, I'm procrastinating a little bit because, like I said, I really am dealing with this and I'm putting it away and I'm facing it and I've been thinking about it since it happened in the reading. I'm going to talk about my friend Teddy. I don't know if you watched the other video the other night. It was I think it was a love reading, what's their truth? What are they not telling you? I think it was, Far Away was the song, and this is what dredged up my whole... Basically, my friend Teddy visited. Hey, what about me? You didn't put me away. I'm like, shit. Teddy is... This is going to be so hard because there's so many layers to this. There's so many secrets in this. There's so much I haven't said before today because I felt like I couldn't. Because of life circumstances and the circumstances we were in. And then Teddy died and it's this whole fucking thing. But honestly, I'm the last of the trio. And I've just been carrying it protecting C's honor and protecting Teddy. But I'm not protecting my own spiritual release and freedom from very hard and turbulent things. And I just feel like in his way, Teddy would know that why this one, I kept hitting the ignore. Ignore. I can't deal with you. I can't even think about you. Ignore. I can't do it. But he understood why. But I'm so glad that this was brought to my attention because it's important. How could I be a spiritual teacher and not be willing to be vulnerable and tell my own secrets, but go to other people and expect them to be open and giving and receiving? It's time. It's time to tell secrets and the truth shall set you free. And I feel like in a way I got both C and Teddy's blessing to do this in my own spiritual way, and I would never do that if I didn't go inside my own spirituality and my own faith and reach out, because I am a psychic medium, I can do that. But I try to avoid in every possible way connecting to people like this that I just... It's like opening a wound. Every time you communicate, their energy comes back. You're reminded of everything. This is what happens. Ooh, hiccups. So, before C and I got together, Teddy and I were friends. Actually, we met before me and C did. But this was discussed after C died. So keep that in mind. We had long conversations and we were figuring out what the fuck, where this all, this whole thing, this whole journey. Teddy and I never did anything sexual, like, I guess he did. He kissed me once and I was technically engaged. So yeah, I guess it started before C died, but it was something I shut down, and I'm very fucking loyal. Even though I did have feelings for Teddy, and I knew I was doing the wrong thing. Like, I knew I was picking the wrong one, and Teddy honestly was a true friend to me and was a true friend to C, and he was shit-faced out of his fucking mind, and I don't think he would have done it if he was sober. Like, not that that's an excuse. And it was just like a quick... But it did kind of knock my socks off, though. For a quick kiss, I was like, damn, shook! Shook to the core. For real. But anyway, C and I, this is why I don't tell people, like, as soon as you admit... But there's so much I didn't tell you about C, and so much I keep to myself even now, even to other people. I loved C very much. I would have married him. I would have been unhappy. I would have been hurt. Not because he means to, but because C, like me, had a very hurtful childhood, and we bonded in that. Like, that was something I never had to explain to C. He saw it right through, like, I was wild and passionate and loved C with I would never had feelings for Teddy if things didn't happen. And my heart got broken even before the wedding. And Teddy is the one that, I feel this type of way of holding all these secrets, but Teddy held all the secrets. He knew C. Him and C did everything. Teddy was in love with me from day one, which I found out again after C died, not before. So here he is, in love with his best friend's girlfriend, feeling like a fucking asshole for that, watching his best friend cheat on the girl that he loves repeatedly, time and time again, and then come home. And, like, I hate saying this stuff about C because you think about something like that and you're like, oh, they're vindictive. But that's not who C was. C was just a genuine lover. He fell in love, and he fell in love with falling in love, if that makes sense. I was the longest relationship. I do believe that he really did love me, and he really thought that when he got married that he could stop. Like, I genuinely think that's what he thought. Like, I just gotta marry this girl, and that will settle me down. And he did tell Teddy that a few times, and we did discuss that. Teddy only had me to talk about C. I only had Teddy to talk about C and the real truth and all the things that we kept from everybody because C died. And he died in a really honorable way. And I feel like a traitor even saying it, but that's my truth. This is the truth of... my life. It's gonna be hard. I'm pausing. I'm sorry. I'm drying my eyes for a second. Okay. So anyway, I'm just gonna keep going. I feel wrong for like painting the wrong picture, but that's the truth of it. C had other girlfriends. He even has children with two of them that they're grown now. Like, he's been gone a while. He never got to grow up. I don't have any ill will towards C. I really was heartbroken and devastated when I found out right before he went to war. Like, he went back to war, and then he was supposed to come home, and we were supposed to get married. Unfortunately, he passed away from right before he was supposed to come home for the wedding. So when he left the first time, I almost canceled the wedding because I found out, and not through Teddy, but Teddy was the one in love with me, not knowing it at this time. still sticking up for his friend, still putting his own heart back. Like, but also told me the truth at the same time. Like, Teddy's like, I love C. He loves you. He'll never love anyone like you. Like, out of all the other relationships, I mean, C was always honest with the other girls. This is what I don't understand. All the other girls knew they were other girls, but I did not know. And even Teddy was baffled by that one. But pretty much we figured out he knew I would leave. I wouldn't fucking tolerate that. Even broken and not having much of a self-esteem, I don't share. No, not in that sense. No, thank you. No. I am like so loyal at this point, back in that day, that I was like, I said I would love him till the day I die, so I had to love him through this shit. I was like, just making excuses, and there's Teddy like, but listen to yourself. Who's looking out for you? Teddy is the only one that asked me that. And I walked around in my mind, and he sat with me all night and all night and all night. I'm like going, no, I don't want to marry him. I'm not going to marry. Okay, I'm going to marry. No, I'm not going to marry. Okay, I'm going to marry him. No, fuck, I don't know. Just passing the whiskey. Like, he just sat there. Told me the truth, whatever question I asked. Are you sure you want me to tell you that? Are you sure? Okay. But he was still a friend to see. He was still, because at any point he could have said, why don't you just, be with me and I won't cheat on you at all. He could have said that. And I probably would have took him up on it. He never said it. He never crossed his friend. This is why I took this for so long and I haven't. Because people would shit so much on Teddy for this, but they don't understand Teddy. It hurts so much that, one, he didn't tell me any of this until C already died, but he couldn't. That's how loyal he was. He would have loved me in silence till the day, if C lived. Anyway, jump to C dying. Just couldn't go there, so there was no sexual tension, no feelings. He legit was there just to comfort me. He had to go back. We talked the whole time. I was worried about him every day. If I didn't get a fucking email from him or a phone call within 3 days, I was hysterical. Not Teddy too! Fuck! So this is something you need to understand. When I made the decision to walk away from him, I had already tried to be the one home again. And their job, what they specifically did, nobody really knew exactly where they were going and when they would be back. So as the war progressed, I heard from them fewer and fewer and fewer. They weren't on bases all the time. So it wasn't like anybody else. All my other friends, if they're, say their fiance or whatever was in the military, they heard from them a lot more, which would only make me feel more scared. Okay, well, it's been 30 days. I've only heard from him, once, and that was the first week of the month. And what the you don't understand what that does, especially when you already lost someone and you were still grieving. I couldn't even watch the news at this point, and this was at the point of the war when Fallujah was happening, and it was just all over the news, every fucking channel, every fucking day. And when that wasn't on the news, it was 9/11 and all that shit, and I was just out of my fucking mind. So Teddy came back. He got 2 months off, and this time 2 months, no holds barred. He came home on a fucking mission and he was to tell me his truth. So this is when the whole romantic part of me and Teddy happened, and he was the real deal. The real fucking deal. And it wasn't just why I said no, wasn't just because of the war. He shook me to my core. And this was before I was an empress. This was before I had any self-confidence, any self-esteem. I was very, very young. just finding my feet in this world, a very broken, very heart sick child, pretty much. And Teddy, broken. If I was broken, Teddy was 50 times more broken. He went over there more times than anyone I know. Even when his friends kept dying, he just kept signing up, and he'd have to come home and do these evaluations and make sure he was okay. And as soon as they cleared him, he went back. That is what you call a lifer at this point. I knew I could never ask Teddy to step back, because that's the kind of man he was. He isn't going to stop until the last man comes home. That's just who he was. He did eventually retire a lot earlier than I thought. But it was after every single person that he initially left with C in that unit, they were all home or deceased. And when they were all good, Teddy stepped back. And through this whole time, he always would check on everybody. You guys don't even... I wasn't even allowed to talk about Teddy. Honestly, C's here, okay? And I loved him. And I'm not trying to discredit what we have, but you don't understand the truth of it and how much I hid for years because he did die the way he did. He is a veteran. He is a soldier. I feel very guilty even saying this because I do feel like it's a little bit trash, but it's my truth. This is what happened. Like, I can't take that away. And Teddy is up here because he never cheated on no one. Like, he was the real deal. And as far as gentlemen, and very, very selective, spiritual, long before I was. Just everything I wanted and everything I was too scared to claim and take. And a lot of the reason why Teddy and I split is because he knew it. He knew what's going on and why I was scared. And he called me out on it. And I couldn't say nothing. I'm like, he's like, you marry someone you're not sure you're going to love, but the one you actually love, you can't do it. You can't do it, can you? I was like, no, I can't, you dick. But he didn't leave. He was like, at least you fucking admit it out your goddamn mouth. That's why I like Teddy. Like, we were able to just, I couldn't hide shit. He's like a mirror. He's like, yeah, you're not pissed off? I'm like, no, I'm not. Trying to be all calm and zen, and he's like, you're so full of shit. You want to throw that at me right now. I can see it in your eyeballs. I'm like, keep testing me. He's like, see? I'm like, shit. Like, that kind of friendship. But anyway, he did not go quietly into that night. It's not like he just said, okay, I understand. Like, this is a lot where the guilt comes from. Because for about a good year after I said no when he went back to war, what if I retire? What if I do this? What if I do this? What if I do this? And I was too scared. I wasn't healed. And eventually, it just hurt him, so he stopped talking to me in general. And then I reached out to him and I apologized and I told him the full tea. I was like, you scared the fuck out of me. I'm not ready for you. I was in love with Curtis, yes. But I feel like that was like, even though I kind of compared everyone to him, or so I thought, I was actually comparing them to Teddy. Because I couldn't say none of this. I've never told anyone this before. Like, people who are close friends with us might not even know this. I mean, some of the girls do. Since he died, I broke the fuck down and I had to spill my tea to someone. I was getting eaten alive in there. So some of them do know. I don't think that's why Teddy killed himself. He would never want me to feel that way. Teddy, the last tour, I know this is so cliche, but I don't know who came home. But I just think that wasn't his fault. Like, the government shouldn't have sent him that many times. You can't be okay. You can't be that okay. You can't. And he wasn't for a long time. He just knew the system. He knew what to say, knew what they wanted to hear, and he played them. And honestly, that's what they counted on. And they would guilt him every time he... I feel bad even talking, because it's kind of like talking bad about the military, but it's true. Like, every time Teddy would want to quit, a superior or someone in the unit would be like, come on, Teddy, I don't feel safe without you, you know what you're doing, like, you're our good luck charm. And he would just do it, and I'd shut your fucking mouth. That's what I wanted to say to these people. Like, fuck you! He's my goddamn good luck fucking charm, and he's staying here! But I can't do that, because that's not what a supportive person does, friend or lover or not. You're not allowed to say that as the other. You can't show that side. They're going to war. You have to be like, I got this. Everything's fine. Don't worry about me. I got this. Inside, this is the truth of every military guy, girl, whatever, who is ride or die, has been through it, been through the ropes. We're strong, we're brave, we're cool, we're calm, we're collected. The minute we can't see you anymore, your plane's in the air, falling to our knees, crying, snap face, can't watch the news, struggle to get out of bed every day, and they never know any of that. They never see any of that because they're at war every day, and all they need to know is that I got my shit together, I'm at school, I'm doing good, and everything's gravy. So I just got used to that mentality with Teddy. And our situation, I just kept brushing it, even with my own self. Brushing it, brushing it, brushing it, and brushing it off. I never admitted to anyone that I loved him, except him, obviously, but that's so wrong. I was never okay with that. I was just trying to respect Teddy's wishes, because, like I said, a lot of people would have looked down on Teddy for hitting up his best friend's old lady. You know what I mean? Even though C is gone, it just wasn't a thing back then, not in that area. I mean, other units probably would have been like, you know what? She's got to go on with her life. If she's going to be with anyone, she should be with his best friend. You know what I mean? Some people would, I think, understand in some aspects, but not where me and Teddy were. And Teddy was a good dude. He had medals. He was working his way up the ranks. Never wanted to hurt his career. I did what he asked. And I did get a part of his letter was about that. Like, just try not to cry. This is so fucking brutal. But Teddy left, there goes my stomach gurgling again. Sorry. No more Skittles, Stummy. We'll get real food in a minute. Stummy. That might stick. Stomach, stummy, instead of tummy. But anyway, here we go again, stalling. I know, I'm sorry. But, he wrote a letter before he committed suicide, and there's a whole page of it just for me. I don't know what the other pages said. I only got the one that was for me. I don't know if he wrote certain... I don't know. I can't think about it. But that letter was literally the most devastating thing I ever read in my fucking life. And I was very angry, and because, remember what I said, when Teddy came home, he was no longer Teddy. Okay? He had PTSD so bad, he would be just fucked up all day, because he couldn't deal with it. He had to be drunk, didn't know where he was, fucking around. Like, Teddy had his shit together, clean cut, fucking... He was like worried about his 401k, had all his ducks in a row. The second tour he came home, he was starting to do that, and everybody brushed it off. But the third time he came home, he was so fucked up. He literally walked by me. I was like, Teddy, got like 5-6 steps past me, turned around. Is? Like, didn't even recognize me. Gone in his mind space. And, like, he was like a little kid. For somebody who is so mature, he went back into his childlike teen years of, let's get into trouble. You know, it's the hardest fucking thing to see. And I did try to get him help. I was like, I'll drive you to the fucking clinic. And this is all, like, most of our conversations were through the phone because I literally just bumped into him. I didn't know he was around that moment when I was like, Teddy. And, like, that was an accidental. And honestly, I'm so glad I saw that because that note was so angry. Like, Teddy would have never said that. Like, there was things in there that I didn't even do. I feel like that was his ex-girlfriend. Like, I don't know if he would just, it just broke my heart. Like, he said some horrible fucking things. Like, horrible. Like, you're a fucking whore. Like, you ripped my fucking heart out. You have no fucking soul. I'll hate you forever. That type of shit. Like, but this wasn't just my notes. Like, he even wrote mean stuff to his own mom, which he would never have done. This is completely PTSD. Somebody who should have got help and was just brushed through the system. Ugh, anger in there, but nope. Anyway, I should have fought harder, and I just kind of gave up. After that whole Teddy, I was like, it was just too hard to see him like that. And, like, and no, it wasn't him. Like, I could look him in the eyeballs, and it was like somebody stole his body. Like, I can't explain it. It wasn't the same energy. It was like his hands, his face, everything was the same, but not. I was like, who the fuck are you? Like, I got really mad. I was like, you're not okay. Like, you're not fucking okay. Like, just like he did when I was fucking up after C-Die, and I was like going to parties and skipping class and telling him I was going to class. And then he would come home to visit and find out I hadn't been home to class in like a month, and I had like taken a semester off, and oh my god, rip me apart. You're gonna do something with your fucking life. Like, I care. If you don't care, I don't give a fuck. I care. Like, he pulled me out of those parties. Like, you're not a partier. You don't even like drinking. Take the drink out of me, and I'm like, you're right. I don't like drinking, but fuck you, Teddy. Don't tell me what to do. Like, I was like a child then, and he took care of me, and I tried, but he like literally locked me out of the house. Like, I was trying to get in the windows. Like, he did not want me around. Like, he was scary. Again, not Teddy. Not my Teddy. I don't know who that person was. Very paranoid. And I'm not trying to make a joke out of this, because this happened to a lot of my peers. Because they just kept going back and going back and going back and going back and going back, and the government doesn't give a fuck. I'll say that till the day I die. Walked in there in the middle of Teddy's fucking interview and told the truth. And they said, are you in the service? I said, no. Are you going to take care of him when he's not in the service? No. Like, fuck you. Like, I was so mad. I got dragged out by the MP. I was like, do something. You're like, he's not okay to go back. And there's Teddy like, fuck, shut up. In the back, I'm like, you're not okay. Fuck you. Like, he would have done that for me. Like, that's how, like, the hard parts. All the shit that you aren't supposed to tell people. I fought. I advocated. And it's not like Teddy didn't get help more than once before he died. He got help time and time again. And honestly, no matter what, he was never himself still. Like, I'd go and visit him after he got back and thinking like he's gonna look like himself, or at least be little bit happier, and he was, sober, he was getting a job, but it still was, like, talking to a stranger's face, like, there's no interaction, he did not want to know anybody, and he said that, I don't want to know anybody, don't want to love nobody, I don't want to feel nothing for nobody, leave me alone, I don't want to feel no more. That was something he said over and 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 over for a good 2 years. And even though he was struggling, and I was just trying to maintain, because again, I would go out and visit him, but I live far away. I was trying to help him, and I gave up too. I just figured, at some point when he was better, he would contact me. I always left my numbers and my emails. I did try, but I still feel so guilty, because there's no way in hell that I did not do half of what Teddy would have done for me, but I was a little afraid of Teddy at that point. He had put gun in my face 3 times at that point. Not knowing, he could have killed me, but not meaning to kill me. I don't want to paint this picture of Teddy, but you have to understand the psyche behind it. He was scary. He was scary as fuck. And he had been to war mad times. And, he, after the 3rd headlock, just trying to get in the door at dark time, I couldn't do it no more. It hurt. Not hurt physically, but hurt my heart. Teddy would never fucking hurt me. He would never say hurtful words to me. He would never do this to me. I don't know who the fuck this person was. I actually started to hate it and resent it. But that's also a part of the other person's reaction to PTSD. We are allowed to get mad. We are allowed to feel, but we aren't allowed to voice it. Especially to each other, even in support groups, they're struggling, I just have to be patient, and I did that too. No, anyone who went through that understands, you get fucking mad, you say, fuck you then, and you storm off for 20 minutes, and then you come back. That's the fucking truth of it. It's hard. It's the hardest thing I'll ever do, to watch somebody just walk around in a fucking shell that used to be vibrant because of war. There's no way to explain that to anyone who hasn't witnessed it or dealt with it. So the truth of it was, I knew about Teddy longer than I let on when he killed himself. Did I actually think he would kill himself? In the very beginning, yes. But at the point when he did it, no. It was still shocking. It was still something very traumatic to me, and still is to this day, especially with that letter. Even though I had to understand and put into my own psychology that wasn't Teddy who wrote that letter. And I think Teddy's been trying to communicate with me for a long time, especially about that letter, because Teddy is free now. That's all. This is how I breathe. Teddy was walking around, already gone. Teddy never came back from war, just like C didn't. He died over there. His body just came home. A shell. So, to me personally, they're both set free. I just needed to tell the truth. The truth was, I love Teddy. I loved him more than I loved C. And that seems like a shitty, bitchy thing to say, but that's the fucking truth that I've had to hide all this time to appease everybody else, and I'm done. I'm done. I can't. But despite the, horrible letter, all of that shit I can never and will never hold against Teddy. He never cheated on me. He's loyal as fuck. Probably. You guys. That's the scariest fucking thing. There is a legit... It's a pretty windy night. There is a vodka bottle spinning in front of my car. It's clearly empty and the wind's doing it. We were just talking about Teddy. It freaks me out. I don't know if you heard it. Now it's all of a sudden quiet. mysterious ways. But I don't ever want anyone to think that I didn't love C, because I did. I genuinely did. Was it right? Probably not. But I was young, and C was young. C made a lot of mistakes. C loved love. Like, I can't fault someone for just being a lover. He did tell the other girls about each other. I mean, yeah, I fucked up, didn't tell me about them. I can be mad about that forever, or I can let it go, and I choose to let it go. Like, he's got kids, he goes on in them, at least. And I still wasn't, like, some of his loyal friends don't even know that he has children, because Teddy was like, no. Like, they didn't know about his lifestyle. He tried to keep it professional in the field with certain ones. So I was like, fuck, I'm just sick. I'm done. I'm done with hiding it all. I'm done with the military. I just can't. Like, the military is who I'm majority mad at. And I have to work on that and process that. But it wasn't just Teddy. How many fucking people in this world who is a vet got shoved down the fucking list and just sent back when they weren't okay? There's fucking 9 million movies about it. I tried to watch that one. I think it was like Stop Loss. I couldn't. Fuck. I got in like 20 minutes. I'm like, I'm done. No, thank you. I can't do it. And then there was one with, I forget what it's called, but I think Miles Teller's in it. Again, get 20 minutes in. No, I fucking can't do it. I can't. I just can't. I even had a hard time sitting through Jarhead. Like that old school movie. But I can't. But I'm just saying, how many people did this happen to? Teddy isn't the only one. And fortunately, not all of them take their lives, and we have gotten better at that. But how many of our vets have taken their lives like Teddy, and nobody fucking talks about it? This is the truth of Teddy. He tried to get help. He came home fucked up. And they knew he was fucked up, and they still sent him back. That is the truth. The military killed Teddy. Probably gonna get shit for saying that, but I'm sorry, not sorry. For every vet out there who struggles in silence, sorry, not fucking sorry. Get help. You are worth being here. Don't do that. Don't let that fucking disease eat you like that. I wish I could have helped Teddy. I probably would have been in a better position now, older and mature. But that wasn't the way the cookie crumbled. I was just a dumb kid, and I didn't know what the fuck to do. I didn't know what to say. I asked everybody who was available on the bases to help, and it was just a fucking shit show. No matter where we went, what we did, it was a fucking shit show. And I hope genuinely, honestly, that never happens again to any of these vets that come back. Fuck no. Because, listen, if you don't learn from this shit, if you take Teddy's fucking life and all he gave to you and the millions of other people you did this to, and you don't learn a goddamn thing from it, your own people, your civilians, are gonna fuck you up. We're sick of sending our people with you, and you saying to us you're gonna take care of them, that you got them, you're gonna look out for them, and then you only mean it until they're done. They aren't worth any of your fucking time or money you put into them. Then they can go fuck themselves. That's the truth. Fix it. Fix it, America. Fuck. Anyway, I'm transmuting all of this. Part of my transmuting is no longer carrying a secret. It shouldn't have been a secret in the first place. C should have manned up and should have said what happened before he even went to war. He should have come clean to everybody. If you really wanted to marry me, you should have stopped living the lie, and don't make me live the lie too. Now that I'm an empress and I see that, and I see what Teddy was, I'm a fucking idiot. Idiot! Hello! Teddy wouldn't have died. Probably, at least in my own mind. This is something I need to transmute. If I just said, you know what, fuck it, Teddy. Let's go. And I just... Or all the times he tried to convince me. If I just said, okay, fine, let's do it. Would it have been different? And that eats at me so fucking much. Survivor's guilt. Twice times 2. Because I got C and I feel fucking guilty for feeling that way. But he was an asshole. I'm sorry. I know you're dead and you died for our country, but that shit was shitty. That shit was shitty. I've carried it this long, and I don't, like I said, he was just a lover. Just wanted to love the whole world. He didn't know what the fuck he was doing. We were all dumbass kids. All of us. And we have no business fighting wars when you're that young. It's just stupid. It's stupid as fucking thing. Sorry if you're currently in the military, but it's different times now. Hopefully it's different times, but you don't understand what it was like back then unless you are living it, obviously, or lived it. I just feel like 1,000,000 tons lighter just saying that out loud. Was a lot. Anyway, but we all have secrets. We all have skeletons in our closet that we don't think are going to be important when we're older. Newsflash. In comes Teddy, like, it's time to clean out your closet and tell the truth. Like, fuck them if they're going to judge me. Fuck them if they judge Teddy, and fuck them if they judge C. Because they died for our country. They fought, they sweated, they bled for us. It doesn't matter what they do at home. You should respect and honor them for that alone. And me, well, I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks about me. But I do get upset if they're going to talk shit about either. Oh man. I'm going to have to really practice my breathing and my Zen if I hear something negative about either one of them. Or about me spilling the truth. I didn't use the full names, so I can't really tarnish their careers, so fuck off. Everybody has the right to tell their truth and has the right to get it off their chest and clean out their suitcase. So, starting a movement. If you have the cojones, and it's not easy, my throat chakra was closing even now through this whole thing. Speak it. Put it out there. Let it go. Let it fly. I can't carry the shit into the next relationship. So it would have... I don't know what I would have carried from Teddy's situation. Obviously I had C, who gave me like fear of being cheated on. But I've been cheated on by everyone. So technically it's not all C's fault. It's kind of mine for being a shitty judge of character. And not paying attention when the good ones came. I was like, walked right into a fucking lion's den on that. You had to feel the butterflies or a fucking bull pit. And I was like, the bull pit will be fun. Stupid. Anyway, I gotta go to bed. I feel so much lighter now. I'm tired. The truth really does set you free, I guess. When the transmuting is done, I'll figure it out more and get back to you, but I just feel like this was a part of my, like, why take this to the grave? Let your heart feel what it's got to feel and say what it's got to say and wish them well and rest in peace, me. Like, I've always been trying to make all the other souls rest in peace. It's time for this soul, me, my soul, to rest in peace, and I can't carry it anymore. It ate Teddy alive. I'm not going to let it eat me alive, too. I think that was his overall message. Anyway, I hope you got an understanding of my crazy fucking life when I was... Honestly, this was early 20s. Okay? Long-ass time ago. Dumb kid, but... We all gotta face those skeletons one day. You can't walk your life and just ignore it. I've tried, guys. It just doesn't work. It's toxic. See you all maybe tomorrow with a reading if I'm on better vibes, but honestly, I was just listening to music and thinking about Teddy all day at work because I knew it's time. And it was time. Love and light.